talk about this and try to inspire others and women, especially, to what to say and how to advocate. I think there needs to be a bit more of a, and this is just my opinion, but a game plan for all of us on mass to be able to say, okay, these doors aren't open yet. Now, what can we specifically do to get them? So maybe there needs to be a bit more of a deep dive into it. I don't know, but again, throwing this at you right now.
Yeah, there does. I'd like to tell you about Women for 50%, because
yes, let's talk about that.
That was kind of what you're describing. It was in 2018, and I had been doing my talks now, and I had been beating the drum about gender equality, right? And people knew that I was passionate about this. I got a phone call from a person who was one of my first mentors in the phone company. She's an incredible woman. Her name is Roxanne Fairweather. She's now running her own company. So we're talking Order of Canada. You know, she is highly accomplished, very much in the business forum, but also from a social perspective. And she just said, you know what? I just came from the legislature, and I just looked down from the gallery, and I didn't see enough women, Robin. We got to do something about this. So she and I picked up the phone. We brought 12 women together. Everybody was passionate, former politicians, people in the social realm, people in the business realm. Some of us knew each other, some of us didn't, but we just decided we were going to create some noise, and we were going to try to move the needle. And it was, as you say, orchestrated, raised funds, created forums, created media awareness, started to talk about the barriers, and that was really in earnest in the spring of 2018. The election took place that fall. We saw more women elected, more percentage of the vote go to women, and more female candidates run. Now, we just had another election, and more record-breaking women have been elected. We're at 28% now in the ledge, so we're moving slowly, but we're moving in the right direction, and we're assembling again. In fact, my firm just sponsored a survey of the women who ran in the election, all of them, and asked them, how was it? You know, what did you think could have gone better? What was your experience as a woman? So we keep learning, and we keep trying to create that support network. But it does take orchestration. We need to be aligned, and there's power in those voices being aligned. You know, we are getting the headlines. We are getting the back to us from the highest offices. We are clearly making change happen and creating the right environment. Now, of course, it takes those women to run. And it takes those women, you know, to have the confidence and to have the boldness, right, to step out of their comfort zones. But we can do that across a lot of spectrums, I think.
I agree. And I think that's what I hear too, that power, the power in that unified voice, the power in the assembly of women all under the same roof to talk about the same topic, and then the power of the plan, right? Having a plan and knowing these are the steps we're going to take, and we're going to affect this change. So as I say, bravo. I applaud you. I thought the whole women it's women at 50%.
Women for 50%. So we're not going to be happy till we're half.
Right, you have, absolutely. But there's the goal, right? There's the goal. And I think as well for young women who are thinking of running for office, it is a risk, right? Because you have to give up a lot, and you have to be prepared to ditch your job and that you're doing, et cetera, if you win, because you're on your way, right? I mean, this is a big lifestyle change, but knowing that there's an organized group of women behind them has got to, well, clearly, as you say, you've seen your numbers, you're moving the needle. It's got to be I think an inspiring and motivating thing to know, okay, I'm going to run for office, but I've got this group of women behind me that are telling me it's okay, I should do it. So they got my back, right?
And they tell us, this is what we need you to do for us, right? We don't understand how it works. You know, we don't know enough how to tap into the networks. We need help fundraising. And so now it causes us to reflect and say, okay, you know, what does Women for 50% 2.0 need to look like? So it's really been quite an interesting, journey.
Good for you. No, I mean, clearly it is. And again, what I like is it comes back to, it was a conversation between two women, yourself and Roxanne, right, to go out and, you know, observe and change and make it happen. And that's the power of women, right? That is so much so that not afraid to talk about the topic, reach out to other women, and then let's let's just do it. Women with a plan.
Yeah,
I like
absolutely.
It, right?
Well,
Yeah.
like you, empower the purse, and I think that's part of where the confidence comes from too, is that sisterhood, is alignment, and just knowing that if you don't have the answers, it's okay, because somebody will know somebody in somebody's network, and they'll be prepared to make an introduction.
Absolutely. I think women especially, and there is no metric I have to balance this other than just my gut, but I believe women are more inclined to reach out and make that introduction. I think it's in our DNA because we want to help. We want to be the nurturers. So if you need to know somebody, then let me hear, who do I know? And let me make, I find myself, honestly, Robin, daily, I find myself doing this when I'm talking to someone who expresses that she needs a connection. It's like, all right, just a minute. I know who I know. Let me make the call. And I think we need to applaud ourselves as women, and we've got to recognize that we do that, and we have to do that more frequently. But again, it's about identifying that as a real nurturing step. So let's reach out and give each other that.
Yeah. It's a skill, right? Women have so many skills that we don't recognize as truly competitive, growth-oriented skills. And we've got to start seeing, and that's part of what the work is with Glass Sky too, is helping women understand and kind of evaluate just what is naturally part of their personality that's really a skill, right? Collaboration, patience, listening, networking, nurturing, all of these things that are tremendously valuable.